So Ellipal sent me this little device over here to test and evaluate, but they didn't know that I was going to crack this thing open, check out its guts, and even check out the code that it runs. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the channel. In this review, I just want to make it very clear that my time was not paid for, and Ellipal has not reviewed this video before I publish it. They did send me one of these for testing and evaluation, and I thank Ellipal and their team for doing that. It retails for $49 and change, so $50 US, and so I appreciate that they didn't force me to buy it in order to do the testing and evaluation. But what follows is my unboxing footage and my unvarnished opinion of the Ellipal Joy mnemonic creator. They call it the world's first offline mnemonic phrase generator. And, you know, unless you have a fully air-gapped device that you have already been running the Coleman BIP39 tool on for yourself to ensure that it's air-gapped, that's true. It's the first commercial device that does this. It's pretty cool. It fills a little niche that nobody else was focused on before. And I think I've even called for this being something that would be unique, a special value to people. There are other ways to do this, and you can like roll dice, for example. You can use, I think, 4 dice and a coin, and there are a couple of guides for you to do this entirely offline if you want to do it that way. But for a lot of people, they just want to be able to create a new mnemonic very securely. So buying this for your household, right, for yourself, for your family, for your close friends who are in the immediate vicinity, or if you have like an office space that you share, just having one of these handy could come in very, very useful for people who are enthusiasts of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies where they need to create mnemonic phrases. It doesn't create 25-word phrases for, say, like Monero or anything like that, but there are a lot of translation tools out there that could do that instead. So I guess I'll start by saying I asked the question when they sent this to me or when they talked to me about it, who does this really serve? Like, what need does this really fill? And I think that kind of answers it. It's not designed to be for everyone all the time, but for people who may want to be able to quickly create mnemonic phrases for crypto accounts, it fits the bill. Now, whether or not it lives up to all of its claims, we'll see as well. Let me take a look at the website, though, kind of walk you through some of what they claim here. Say it's the world's first offline mnemonic phrase generator, safest way to generate mnemonic phrases. It's truly random. It works offline. It's fully open source and uses a BIP39 standard. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm a huge fan of the BIP39 standard. There are plenty of security firms that say, hey, BIP39 is not the most secure thing. What if somebody finds your seed phrase? What if somebody somehow attacks you in order to gain access to your seed phrase? It would be better to have something not just something you know, but something that you have and something that you are, like biometrics, in order to be able to secure your cryptos that much more. To which I say, you know, sure, fine, maybe, but BIP39 works very, very well, and there are best security practices to keep BIP39 very secure, and it works very well for a reason. If you lose something you have, if you were literally forced to flee, like run for your life, escape your home or your country or the political situation where you live, well, Bitcoin was designed to be resistant to that. And BIP39, or the Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 39, was designed to help people overcome those kinds of limitations in case they were faced with life-threatening danger. And so having a security device that requires you to have something and be there present is actually not the best use case for being able to retrieve those funds later. Or we hate to think about it or talk about it in the event of death, tragedy, or loss, right? Poor health. If there are loved ones in your life who need to be able to access your cryptocurrencies, or that you want to be able to access your cryptocurrencies, very hard to do that from the grave if they need your thumbprint, right? Your body would have to be exhumed. It's messy, right? I don't want to paint too grisly a picture there. But the point is BIP39 overcomes that limitation. So I think it's really cool that Ellipal decided to step up and create something. Kind of neat. But let's take a look a little bit more at their site. Truly random. They say it's a true random number generator in the ST chipset that delivers 32-bit random numbers generated by an integrated analog circuit. And we'll take a look at that claim in just a minute. Offline, no contact with the network. Offline generation to prevent network attacks and absolute security. They say offline or air-gapped. And I can just say I plugged in the model that they gave to me to a Linux device that itself is hardened. And I tried running some basic commands for mounting volumes and for checking that for scanning that USB port to be able to see if there was any communication between this device and typical desktop software. And there was not communication between this device and typical desktop software. It was not mounted as like a storage drive or anything. And there are ways to reprogram it, but I'm getting ahead of myself there. They make that very, very public. So it's open source. They've got the GitHub repository right here for Ellipal Joy. You can see it's pretty much locked in. 3 months ago is when they got all this kind of dialed in. They even show you right here. This is a build tool that you can use, the STM32Cube IDE. So you've got a little IDE that you can work with. So in other words, integrated development environment, a little IDE you can work with to be able to program the STM32Cube. And so yeah, they've got a little operating system they've admitted to using here. So it's not like it's not a smart device. It is a smart device. It's just a tiny smart device, a bit like a single board computer, and it can be reprogrammed if you absolutely had to. Right? That's just the thing. You could reflash the operating system on this device if you had to. So for anybody who's thinking like, oh my gosh, is it possible that somebody could intercept this? It's very unlikely. Very, very unlikely. But yes, it's possible. But then that would also require you to then plug this device into a computer instead of plugging it into an outlet where just to recharge the lithium-ion battery inside of it. That's the other thing. It doesn't need to be plugged into your computer or anything else to run. It has its own tiny lithium-ion battery that will power it for hours. So even if it was running some other software, that wouldn't be an attack vector there. The one attack vector would be, and I love that they ask this question openly a little bit later on the site. BIP39 standard, they talk about why it's important. Let's see, using other wallets. Is it random? Generate 4 steps. And in the FAQ, can mnemonic phrases be stored in the Ellipal Joy? No, they can't. Why is that important? Well, ideally, and I'm going to start flipping back and forth between my unboxing footage, if I haven't already. We're going a little bit long in the explanation here, so hopefully I'm already showing you that footage. But it's important for you to know that it can't store mnemonics, because that would be the one attack vector if somebody somehow got a hold of a supply that was on its way to like the Amazon warehouse, or somehow they intercepted the mail and figured out, ooh, it's an Ellipal Joy mnemonic creator. I'm going to go ruin someone's fun. I'm going to pre-program this little cube right here to only tell them these mnemonics. I'm going to store all these mnemonics, so I already have them recorded, and they're just going to be my dupe, right? They're going to use my duplicate mnemonics that I fed to them by being a man in the middle. Well, it doesn't have any storage on it, and let me prove it to you. Look at this footage of me cracking the thing open, stripping it all the way down to each of its components, just taking a look at each side of each component. You should be able to see a little close-up right there. See that? That's the main processor, little FPGA chip, or little programmable chip right there on it for logic. And then there's a number generating circuit. It is an analog circuit that generates randomness for those numbers that then creates the mnemonic. But there is no storage. Right? There's no additional storage that you can see anywhere else on the device, right? It's just it's a system on a chip that has the operating system running this program, and that's it. So you'd have to be especially advanced to be able to fit any like spare mnemonics on that and then fake people out. So there we go. We put on the tinfoil hat, and I told you the worst possible way we could potentially hack this thing. But yeah, they have an FAQ on the website, and then it comes in one color, little sort of greenish yellow you see right there along the edges, and the rest is a little gray. It's like the companion cube from say the Portal series of video games, but it retails for $49.90. It's a fun little device, and while I would not have gone out of my way to get one, because I'm such a big fan of the Ian Coleman BIP39 tool, which I always keep, we'll just show you right now, I always keep on a little micro SD card right there. I always keep the latest version of that offline, just in case I had to throw it into an air-gapped Wi-Fi only device like a tablet, right, that has a drive on it. That's always my backup plan. I've always got that. But the point is, this isn't a dedicated appliance. It does touch the internet on occasion, so I have to go I actually have to go pretty far out of my way to ensure that it never touches the internet. I'd have to reflash it and just be absolutely positive that it hasn't been compromised in some way. The Ellipal Joy mnemonic creator gets rid of that last like lingering question in my mind. Could anybody be tampering with this? Is it fully air gapped? Do I know for sure? that it's air gapped. So it might be right for a couple of people who just want a fun little device hanging around, or want something on the desk, a little conversation starter like, hey, what does that thing do? What is a mnemonic? Why would I create one? And then maybe that's your intro to say like, hey, it's kind of cool. Like, watch this, and make some accounts and put them into a tool online and check out the accounts that you've created with a friend and show them Block Explorer and talk about the tech. Like, if you're one of those people who likes to nerd out on the tech side, maybe it's a great way for you to show that off. So that's kind of how I'm rolling with this right now. Yes, I did successfully reassemble it. You can see from the footage as well. If I go through that in higher speed, you can see from the footage as well. I did successfully reassemble it. It works great. It was confirmed to work great the entire time. Yes, I kept myself electrically grounded, so I didn't short anything out. But I had a lot of fun taking a look at this device, and it's dead simple, right? You open it up. Typically, it comes with a charge in it. You can use the provided power cable to just plug it into like a phone charger at the wall, not into a computer. Charge up the battery all the way, and then you can just make mnemonic phrases, BIP39 mnemonic phrases for days, basically, literally. Like, you could make one a day for many, 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 many days, and you can have it at the office for like, all right, hey, cool, let's make some mnemonics. If you wanted to use this to be able to create mnemonics and just write them down, like, all right, this is my crap hits the fan plan, and you just store those away. Or if you wanted to create decoy mnemonics to be able to place around the area that people might be looking for your mnemonics, great way to do some OPSEC, right? Use some decoy fake accounts that people might think are your primary account. Lots of reasons you might want to use this. It's not the only tool you could use, but it is a lot of fun. So just saying that. Now, the bottom line, would mineyourbiz recommend this tool? Well, for what it's designed to do, it does it very well. And the firmware is out in the open. The software is open source, and the device itself is not like prohibitively expensive. So I think it's a fun little device to have. Do I think it's essential? No, I don't. I don't think it's essential, but it's cool, right? They actually made it. They engineered it really well. It's beautiful to look at. It's fun to hold. It's easy to use. The operation is very simple, and so I don't see anything wrong with having this. I just don't need more than one in my entire home or among me and all of my friends combined. So I think they might struggle to have this as a long-term thing on their website. I hope they don't, though. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, that'd be fun, like, whatever, what the heck, give it a try, right? It's going to be a fun thing to have, and you can help people around you, at least as a conversation starter. I mean, heck, people spend a heck of a lot more on artistic devices, like my laser cut Bitcoin wooden slugs, right? Like, you could spend $50 on a bunch of those. This for $50, I don't think is a bad deal. So would I recommend it? Yes, but I don't think it's essential to your crypto journey. I think a hardware wallet is, but this would be essential to resetting certain hardware wallets into the future. So if you want one, I wouldn't say avoid it. Put it that way. All right, guys. I hope that's helpful. I'm a little bit ambiguous on that, right, towards the end, just because for me, I'm kind of on the more involved and nerdy side. But I think for most people who are like, hey, I want to be able to make mnemonic phrases, a lot of them fast offline, that might describe a need that you have. And if that does describe you, then maybe this is the right thing for you, because there's nothing else quite like it. All right, guys, that is my quick review of the Ellipal Joy Mnemonic Creator. I hope you enjoyed that. Smash that like and subscribe. Be sure that you have notifications turned on for the next one. Remember, I love your face, stay private, and mind your biz. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. Remember to check out mineyour.biz, where you can sign up for Mine Your Biz Insiders, our occasional newsletter where we don't spam you, but we do send out occasional important information, including flash sales and important deals on privacy-preserving technology. This is one of the ways that we can talk to you without censorship and without the oversight of third-party media platforms. You can also check out the new Mine Your Biz phone, as well as merch, or sign up to become an affiliate for anything sold directly on the mineyour.biz website. You can earn a percentage of anything that we sell. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. You're the reason I make this media. I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz.